Every business expense is write-off. This
All right, so I'm gonna stop right there because there's a lot to unpack. Tylo has a very good question, right? Is all of this a write-off? And it goes into our discussion at the beginning. Obviously, I'm a CPA tailored to the creator industry, so like that's where I jumped early in the video. But we can go over it again in the sense that if Tylo asks this question to someone other than agent, like say someone isn't a creator and Tylo asks him that question, assuming all things constant, assuming he spent on that equipment, he spent on that venue rental, the answer might be no. But because agent earns the money, earns his income the way that he does, the answer is yes. There's two factors to make a write-off legitimate. And honestly, at this point, it's like, it's simpler than people make it sound. Like, don't listen to people online saying, this is how you write off a Rolex, this is how you write off a private yacht, this is how you write off your haircuts every single day. It's not that simple. Like, what applies to them may not apply to you. It's such a case-by-case basis. But let me tell you why this is the case for agent. Agent is a content creator and earns his income by streaming. The video, the marathon of him losing weight is an income producing piece of material. This means that everything incurred to make that video happen is a legitimate business expense. And this is factuated, this is solidified because he doesn't co-mingle expenses, right? Like he is computing all of the expenses that he's like, okay, this was for the business in a sense as this was for the marathon. And he's not including anything personal like, going to Nobu on a date or something else like taking his mom out to eat or buying his mom a car. Like that's not going to show up in these expenses. He's not trying to cheat the system, but he's trying to maximize his and optimize his tax position by capturing all of these business expenses, right? We're talking about the venue rental, for the gym equipment for the marathon, the payroll, the staff that he needs to have. These are legitimate business expenses because of how agent earns his income. And we are able, if we need to prove this to the IRS in the States or to the CRA in Canada, we're able to use, I'm sure, I don't know who his accountant is, but just based on the content that he's making and the advice that he's giving to these young guys and girls, I know he has a good accountant behind him. So I know for a fact that in the case of an audit, when it comes to the burden of proof, it is on the creator and their accountant to do so. They have analytics to tie all of these expenses back to the income that they've earned. Twitch makes it easy as well. YouTube makes it easy as well. We can see all of our analytics and trends based on videos and see. He just showed it to them, I believe, like in terms of estimated revenue from clips. You're able to tie that revenue to certain expenses if proof is needed, right? So to answer Tylo's question, it's a legitimate question. You're always asking yourself, are these all legitimate write-offs? Not for everybody.